On this episode of Deep Thrones, we review A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, Season 1, Episode 3, The Squire. We watch as Dunk interacts more and more with the Targaryens. We see Egg learn what it means to truly be a squire, plus we still can't get over Lionel Baratheon, plus many more hilarious segments. Winter is here.
Not to be messed with, tested quiz. They shooting shots, hitting bricks.
All right, everybody, welcome to Deep Thrones, the most entertaining podcast in the world of ice and fire. I'm Kinsey. I'm here with your other host, Sheeds.
Hey everyone, different look this week. A little different vibe this week. Kinsey, welcome.
Slightly. Hi.
The third member of the Deep Thrones team filling in a pinch. Quickly, off the jump. As you all know, Kinsey is a member of our team. She's the third member of the Deep Thrones pod, but Chris was unable to record this week. He reached out to me and said, reach out to Kinsey. I'm sure she would love to do it. He knows the show has to go on, so Kinsey is here. Chris will be back next week, but we're going to get a different perspective this week, which I think is important.
I'm honored.
Are you?
You said I'm the first person to actually host. I mean, obviously there's been guest
100%.
stars, but
Yeah.
outside of, wow.
Yeah, you're the first, and really, this is the first episode without one of me and Chris. So it's like I feel like I'm in the wilderness a little bit, a little scared, a little nervous, but great episode this week, I feel like.
I know. I feel so honored. I'm really glad it's not one that I have to rip apart and trash because I don't want to be negative Nelly, but I loved that episode.
I did too. And I will tell you, this is a much better vibe. Like when we were doing Game of Thrones season 8, it was difficult. It was soul crushing. So this much better episode. This was season 1, episode 3 of Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, The Squire. So Chris is not here as we discussed, but Chris was doing a wine review segment, Kins. And I did tell you about that. And I said, I'm not really drinking wine right now. Were you able to fill those shoes?
Yeah, I brought out the only wine that I have at my house. It's the Boda box.
Nice. So this is a box for those of you listening. It's a boxed wine.
Box wine, the classiest of wines.
Okay, and what do you think?
Probably gonna get some notes of cardboard box. And since it is on the counter, got to put a little ice in it. But yeah, your classic Boda box Pinot Gris.
Wow, it's a Pinot Gris. She's taking a sip now. It isn't iced. Again, for those of you listening, she said there's ice in it.
Look at those legs.
I see those. Yeah. You aerated it, you let it breathe. All right. So we do a scale of 5 grapes is really good, and obviously 1 to 5 grapes.
Okay. So on a scale of 1 to 5, it's like a 3.2 without the LaCroix, but I just put a little LaCroix in it. My go-to wedding hack, you just make a little wine spritzer.
Wow.
That's a 4.8 there, baby.
Look at that. That added 1.6 with the LaCroix. That's amazing. Yeah, making mixed drinks over here. See, Chris never mixes his wines.
But this is why I love having, you can have this just on hand for emergencies. It doesn't go bad. It's in a box.
Just walk around with it.
You can just walk around with it.
Take it on the bus.
Open a whole bottle, and then you only drink 1 glass and it goes bad. You can just keep a box on your counter. So I'm a big fan of the Boda box.
I love just conceptually thinking about people 100 years from now in a wine cellar, and it's all boxed wine, and they're like, look at this. This is a vintage 2024 boxed wine.
Getting notes of the plastic bag that the sat in.
I know. Yeah, that's great. But this was a great episode, and we're going to get right into it, guys. Again, Kinsey, thank you so much for filling in.
Of course.
We're honored to have you. So starting off, Dunk is sleeping, Egg is awake, and Egg has first off, if Dunk's going to win in the jousts, if he's going to win against these great knights, he needs a horse that actually knows to gallop and stuff. Because Dunk kind of traded the good horse for money last episode. So his current horse, Thunder, is really just a packing horse.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So they're just doesn't know what to do. So
Yeah.
Egg is like yelling at it, screaming at it. He's running around with like the spear, practicing giving this the lance to
Yes.
Dunk.
I loved the speech he gave to the to the horse.
I
He
know.
did a whole like Uno reverse with my father taught me never to talk to the horses. They're worse than dogs. And then he's like, but I don't believe
I
him.
love that was a great part. And then all of a sudden, this other sort of whacked out knight walks up who lost his eye.
Yeah.
He called him Sir Robin Riesling, or it would have been Riesling. Riesling, I think, is another wine or it's a champagne. So
Yeah.
I might just have it on the mind.
They looked it in there.
Yeah, he chats with Egg, and basically is just like talking shit. That's really
He
it.
called him he said like you're the maddest knight in the seven kingdoms, right?
Yeah, and he kept saying we.
Yeah, just a random. I was like, I haven't read the book, so I don't know if this is like an Easter egg or whatnot, but I was like, okay, that's a
I've
random scene.
I've no clue who that guy
Okay.
is, but I hope Egg beats the shit out of him next episode. Egg does, not even Dunk. I
Oh.
hope Egg does. Dunk, when Egg comes back, is showing. Him and Egg have like a couple different powwows in this episode, and they're all great. They have a lot of cute little chats. Um,
This was definitely an episode meant to like endear you to both of them. And there's
uh,
so many
it succeeded.
good moments. Yeah.
He and Egg chat. Dunk is being like hard on Egg right now, which is weird because I feel like he's been pretty soft on him.
He tries. Like he tries for a hot second to be, but then he gives in so quick, right? Like
100%. Then he's teaching him how to sew, and
which
he's like,
again is super endearing. Yeah.
yeah. He's like, look at that cross stitch or whatever.
Yes, it's like,
And
how'd you get it so neat?
yeah, I know.
So
It's such a cute
cute.
part.
Yeah.
Um, Dunk asks Egg to fetch his armor. He's like vomiting. Dunk is like throwing up because he's so nervous.
Yeah.
Egg is like up in a tree singing a song. These are all like original songs that they made for the show too. They're
Okay.
all singing. Yeah. And he says, fetch my armor. It's like, it's time to go. He's hyped.
So I like while he was singing that song, I was like, what era is he singing about? Am I supposed to, is this another Easter egg? Am I supposed to recognize the names? Like, wasn't sure about that, but
Some of them are like so some of the like obviously in the books a lot they'll refer to like the lore more than some of the shows actually do. Like Sansa specifically always talks about this knight named Florian and Jonquil, and they never talk about it in the shows. But in the books, it's all she talks about for like every section, and they never bring it up. So I like that they are including more of the lore for the
yeah.
nerds, but they still have to make it like accessible. That's a fine
Yeah.
line of
Yeah.
too lore and then people are like, I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I like it. I was just like chat GBT and I'm like, what era is this? But
ChatGPT,
yeah.
AI. But it got it wrong too. Didn't it tell you it was before House of the Dragon?
Yeah, but I think it didn't understand the whole like ADBC type thing, like the count
Oh,
down versus the count up. Turns out AI not that smart.
you got to prompt it. It's about how you prompt it.
It's
Um,
yeah, you're right. User error.
Dunk, yeah, I blame you and not the robot that got the answer wrong.
Um,
Dunk,
but on the topic of like Dunk informing or yeah, Dunk not knowing that he was not going to be able to compete that day, is that odd? Shouldn't he
he's
know more?
he's not smart. And also the show has done a good job of making it seem like Dunk might not even have been necessarily knighted
Okay.
by Sir Arlen. It's way up in the air. But
Mhm.
yeah, I liked it because it shows you two things. One, Egg continues to be very smart and educated for a poor orphan boy from Flea Bottom, much like Dunk. And Dunk he has no clue. I think he just thinks, well, since I'm in it now, I can just go challenge. He's
Okay.
probably never really paid attention when squiring for Sir Arlen at like those tourneys and stuff. Is the vibe I got.
Okay. That's why I was like, wouldn't he have been to a ton of these tournaments? Wouldn't he know? But yeah, I guess if he was just a squire, maybe he wouldn't have picked up on it. Okay.
Seems kind of
Fine.
dense.
I'll let it pass. I'll let it
Yeah.
pass. He's
You
naive.
you get a pass this time, show.
Mhm.
Next time, you're gonna have to explain it. So Dunk goes to get goose eggs for breakfast for him and egg, goose eggs for egg. And he bumps into Tanzel, and she's just like, "I'll have your shield ready for you later." He has no game. He's like super shy around Tanzel.
It's so cute though. Again, like they're just the most like lovable characters. They're doing a really good job of very quickly in 3 episodes making you really care about these guys.
I am so glad you said that. 100% agree. All of
Mhm.
the characters you feel like you're kind of like, all right, I'm getting to know them. Obviously, like some of the ancillary Targaryens are kind of there, but
Yeah.
Duncan Egg and like Tansel and Lionel, like Lionel's probably had like 7 minutes of screen time. You're like, I know who this guy is.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's very much stealing the show as a side character.
Everyone loves Lionel Baratheon. He's all over the place online.
Oh
Everyone's in on
really?
this guy. Yeah, everyone's talking about how Lionel Baratheon is like stealing the show. But I also think that all the other characters like Dunk and Egg are killing it. Tansel's
Yeah,
been awesome.
yeah.
And I'm excited to see these more of these Targaryens. Couple cuts to some like tourney jousting.
Mhm.
Nothing too crazy there. I was gonna say Dunk and Egg are they're just adorable together. They're having a nice chat about like Egg's goals. And Egg
Mhm.
says the line from the first teaser when he's like, I could really get used to being in a place like this.
Yeah,
And Dunk says, "You are in a place like this." Just
yeah.
hits me right here.
He's like, oh yeah, but like I mean for a long time.
Yeah. He's like, "You know what I mean, dude. Like really be here." But they have it's you look at how Dunk in flashbacks was treated by Sir Arlen,
Mm.
not at all the same.
Yeah. And
He's
it feels like that's why Dunk tries to be a little hard because he thinks he needs to be hard on his Squire because that's what
100%.
knights do. But then he's like also just too soft-hearted to keep it up. It's
He,
just like the little things about that character that are just making him feel like a full character.
100%. He folds right away. And Egg is adorable. I mean, how could you be mad at Egg?
And now
A
he's
little bald head.
cute.
Uh, eh, I'm sorry.
I'm wondering how much he shaves it because it's real bald. It's like,
It's true. They're
you
gonna
know,
do a scene of him sneaking off to do that.
just like
Yeah,
surely a day or two you'd have a little bit of
something.
rip.
Especially well, we'll learn a little later too. The color that's gonna be poking through would be
Exactly.
stark.
Yeah.
Um, Egg again sort of pitches to Dunk that he wants to stay on it as his squire,
Mhm.
and he's like, "Well, if I lose, I'm not even gonna be a knight." And Egg's like, "Well, what if you win?" And Dunk is like about to say yes, but then
Yeah.
someone interrupts him,
Mhm.
which they robbed us of that moment. It's the
Mhm.
Master of Games who essentially, long story short, in this scene, the Master of Games takes Dunk into the woods to be like, listen, Lord Ashford is broke. His son is in the tournament. It sounds like the son, Lord Ashford, and the Master of Games are setting it up to be like, the
Okay.
odds of Dunk beating him aren't high. So we're going to gamble that he will make a lot of money and the son will take a fall.
Okay, so it was the son was gonna throw it. Okay.
Yeah, and Dunk will get the win, which they're like, for your sake, like that's huge. You'll get a lot of money for that. But
Yeah.
it's not honorable, and Dunk is all about his honor.
I know he's wrestling with it. I would have folded. I'm
I
like,
would have, I
let's
would have
take
been
one
like,
in.
I would beat the crap out of that guy for it.
Sounds good, man.
Yeah, sounds good. How much money?
I learned up really quickly that I don't have much honor. I'm like,
Yeah,
perfect.
you wouldn't, or some of the best knights in Westeros didn't have much honor really. The really kind-hearted ones like Dunk did, but if you look at like Joffrey's Kingsguard, none
Yeah.
of those knights had honor.
I mean, I'm not out there murdering people, you know. I
That's
wouldn't I
true.
wouldn't be a mad knight, but I mean, I'll take a win. It sounds good to me.
I like that. That's the next time me, you, and Chris are all on this together, we
Mhm.
should have a real honest discussion about the type of knights we would be. I think Chris would try to be really noble. Yeah. And I would be
Mr.
considered like
High
a
Horse.
sleazy knight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that.
I'm just gonna coast a little bit, win a few times.
Yeah. Hey, this is
As
easy money.
to quote the great Hannah Bowen, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. So
100%. She's 100% accurate in that. We used to cheat in code names all the time virtually. That's a true story. Chris knows that because we would be playing Chris and he'd be like, "Are you guys cheating?" And I'd be like, "No."
we all knew, yeah, we all knew
Yeah.
you guys were cheating.
Hey, you know what the trick is? You just text the person.
Oh,
A horn blows because the Targaryens are there, and whenever the Targaryens show up, they make a huge deal about it.
big horn guys. Yeah.
Big, huge horn guys. They love
PhD.
dragons, horns and fire. And the real thing is, Arion Brightflame is about to joust. He is the son of Maekar Targaryen, who is technically second in line to the throne. First in line is Baelor Targaryen, who's the Hand of the King, who is at the games also up in the seat. Arion looks like he's about to challenge his cousin, who is Baelor's son, and Baelor even leans forward like, "Don't do a Targaryen on Targaryen thing right now, like because it would have been like a big deal.
Okay.
Because he said something like, "I'll spare you embarrassment now, cousin," and he drives away, and then he asks the weaker knight.
Okay. So yeah, so the blonde, the silver-haired Targaryens are second in line to the front. So Aegon's side of that is our second. Okay, got it.
Yeah, they're technically
Second.
Baelor, who is the hand of the king, who is the nice one that Dunk talked to
With the
last
like
episode.
dark hair.
Yes, and
Got it.
his mother's Dornish, so some of the kids get the dark hair, and other of the kids get the Targaryen
Okay.
blonde.
But
It's
they're
not like
not getting the bastard allegations.
no bastards here.
Okay.
They're all part of the royal family. They just didn't get the blonde hair. And Baelor's son even has the dark hair, who Aerion challenges
Yeah,
Valar
yeah.
Targaryen.
Okay.
Yeah. But it would have been great if he did actually take him up on it. But no challenge there.
Mhm.
Um, Aerion then is racing against this guy in the joust, and Aegon is yelling like, "Kill him, kill him!" And Dunk kind of looks at him like, "Relax, dude." And I don't think he was talking about the other night. I think he was talking about Aerion getting killed
Yeah,
because
I think
he's a
so.
yeah, he's a cruel guy.
I was picking up on that. You didn't like him.
No,
Um, while we're on the Aryan topic, what did we think of his helmet?
I think the helmet's badass. I
Yeah.
think the helmet is badass. We know for a fact, being in the Deep Thrones chat, Chris has, and I'll give him his time next week. He has some opinions on the presentation of Aerion.
Hmm.
In terms, he doesn't like the short hair, which he said on the pod. I think he also thinks because his nickname is Bright Flame, the armor should be brighter. But the helmet's super cool. Can't be practical. Can't be seeing in that thing.
I think it looks cool when he pushes it up, but when it's down, it just looks like he's got a little, I don't know,
Yeah.
mohawk.
Oh, cool. Hell yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think it looks silly, but
Yeah.
anyway.
Well, but that's how, he also has that sort of persona of like loud. It's sort of like Damon's thing too. Damon also has the big, but his doesn't cover his face.
Yeah.
But it does look silly at the end of the day. Um, and as he's racing then around, they're doing kind of round two of the joust, how they run around the thing.
Mhm.
Dunk goes, he's too low, and he stabs the horse of his combatant through the neck. The horse falls, breaks the guy's leg. Um, and just a classless sort of low honor move there by Aaron Brightflame.
Wait, on the first pass, did we talk about how Arian like dipped?
Yeah, he like ducked away, so the other guy like missed and almost fell off his horse.
Okay.
I think
He's
that was his
dirty.
angle. I think he was trying to get him to fall off his horse.
Yeah. Okay. He has
Total
no skills. He's just trying to cheat.
100%,
So those
100%.
those there's the like the range, right? I'm not all the way at Arian. I'm just somewhere in the middle.
That's fair. No, yeah, and even Dunk cheating, it's not even like he's like pushing the guy
Winning.
over and he
Yeah.
wins. He's not hurting him. Um, but yeah, he's cruel and evil. And his shenanigans cause like a little riot. Like the King's Guard comes in because
Yeah.
they're like, "Hey, remember this is still a prince." Like it was a dick move, but it shows Baelor up in the top there, and he's kind of got his like everyone in the Targaryen family knows Aerion inherited that Targaryen thing.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
know, for every Maester Aemond, who is a kind-hearted man who's a Targaryen,
Hmm.
there's an Aerion or there's a Daemon Targaryen there's a, obviously the famous one, the Mad King, where they're
Yeah.
like, oh, a little crazy.
You flip a coin, right?
That's right. Exact line. I was gonna just say from Varys, whenever a Targaryen is born, the gods flip a coin. And
Mm.
yeah.
Turns out incest, not so good for your brain.
Turns out generations upon generations of incest doesn't produce a bunch of Rhodes scholars.
Turns
Uh,
out.
Egg asks Dunk to leave. Oh yeah, he's like pretty squeamish about the blood.
Mm.
Dunk says to Egg, he's like, "Listen, if you're gonna be my squire, you need to have a strong stomach. Like, what if I go down? Are you gonna be there to help me? Kind of thing." And Egg just says these things about the royal family, about Aerion, that like Dunk is like, "What do you even like? How would you even know that? Like, shut up. Stop saying things."
Yeah, when you mean when he was like, that wasn't an accident, or like,
Yes. Like
yeah,
he can tell, and I think Dunk is like, well, it was. Are you,
yeah.
or maybe Dunk was more thinking like, well, careful what you say. That's the
Mhm.
prince. Like it was an accident if he says it's an accident.
So what do you think actually spooked Egg? Because I feel like it wasn't exactly the like horse falling off or the blood. I feel like it was something else.
I think it's Arion. I
Yeah.
think it's him. I think it's the weight of this sort of and again, it happens in the episode, so it's not even really a spoiler anymore if you're listening to
Mhm.
this, but it's the weight of being a Targaryen, I think. I think Egg acknowledges that like it's known that like they're kind of like could be some pretty bad people.
Yeah, because he like witnesses, and there was that cute moment where Dunk like puts his arm around him because he witnesses the crowd surging and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And when it's at the height of like it feels like there's going to be a riot, is when he like turns and he's like, "I want to leave."
Yeah, that's
So
right.
I feel like there was more. I want to go back and rewatch. Like, what exactly was it that triggered him?
Yeah, that's a good point. I would like to watch that as well. And there's a lot of foreshadowing too, and just
Yeah.
sort of Dunk protecting Egg becomes a very common theme, you know.
Okay.
Um, and then they kind of just go to a party. Lionel Baratheon is drunk and
Mhm.
party, and he's like hanging from the chandelier. We used to talk about chandelier girls on this podcast. Now Lionel Baratheon, chandelier boys.
Boy, boy.
So that's big, huge, coming in Deep Thrones 2026, first ever chandelier boy, Lionel Baratheon. He's the guy. Egg and Dunk have a drink in the tent. They are hilarious together. This isn't when they had this conversation, but they did earlier in the episode when he's like, "Oh, I'm Egg. I can't have a beer," and
Yeah.
Egg's like, "Cause it's disgusting."
Classic little kid and beer.
Yeah, classic kid. You have a sip of your dad's beer, and you're like, "This sucks," you know?
Never drink this. Yeah.
No. Yeah, you're like, "Don't drink this. It's bad for you."
Hmm.
But they just have a good scene there, just sort of
Yeah.
again talking about just life. They have so many good scenes together this episode.
Yeah. When talking about a crippled girl who pleasuring men through the butt
Yeah, with her whole arm,
with her whole
her
arm.
whole arm, and they were like, "Does it? What is the symbol there?"
Yeah, they're like maybe it's honor and working with what you got and making the best out of it.
And then Egg, oh, I wish I remembered the exact quote, but he said something really profound about hope. He's like, or maybe
Yeah,
it's hope.
Hope.
It's like the one thing we all have. Like, what?
Her name was Hope.
That's right. Oh yeah. Yes, that's oh my God. Yeah, I gotta rewatch that scene as well because that scene was hilarious. Because Egg was like, "Is it about this girl making the best of a bad situation? Like she has this,
Yes.
thing, but then the arm becomes a tool for good."
But like that's what I love about this show. There's not so much pressure on it for every scene to be so badass that you can take moments to slow down and just have a cool, fun moment like that is advancing like character development, but not really necessarily doing anything for the plot, but it's fun. This
100%.
is this is what people want. You got to
A
get
hundred
people.
percent. 100% agree. It's what we were talking about. Me and Chris recently we were talking about House of the Dragon, and we're like, the
Yeah.
thing that sucks about it is all the scenes are really good.
Yeah.
Like they make sense. It's just HBO hamstrung them by taking two episodes away from them, you know? But this show, it's a novella. It's a thin little book, so 6 episodes. They actually had to create scenes for it, and George even signed off on it. And they've done a really good job, I think, of striking that tone of here's character development, here's some laughs, maybe it's a little slapstick, maybe it's a little raunchy. But
Yeah.
Westeros needed this
Yeah.
after the other two shows.
We did. It's a palate cleanse.
Um, so we won't get too much into this for fear of spoilers, but they pass an old lady, kind of a crone, kind of a stranger. She's sort of a mystical person who can see the future. She kind of gives them futures.
Hmm.
Um, and in these shows, all Game of Thrones, House of Dragon, and this, people do this. They will tell you what's going to happen to characters, but there's always a nugget of truth and maybe an over exaggeration or a lie.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like as somebody who hasn't read the books, doesn't know what's going to happen, I love it. It's classic foreshadowing.
Yeah,
And yeah, it's fun. And then at this point, I was pretty sure I knew who Egg was, and I was like, oh damn. So seeing the way he reacts to it, and the way Duncan's like, it's just a stupid fortune teller. What are you talking about? Like, I thought that was a cool moment. So
100%.
yeah, I want to go back and write down exactly what she said, but
Yeah. Ask
yeah,
ChatGPT.
yeah, can't trust
ChatGPT will be like, "Oh yes, the old lady says chaos is a ladder in season 2, episode 3 of Game of Thrones."
that.
Um, they bump into Raymond Fossaway. Raymond Fossaway is like, "Yo, we got some cider." They're big on apples. The Fossaways are. They call themselves the red apples and the green apples.
Oh,
So that's why they have cider. He's like, "You want to go have some cider?" Dunk is like, "Yeah." Egg's like, "I'm gonna go watch the puppet show." So
Hmm.
they separate a little bit. Dunk and Raymond are having some drinks. Raymond just openly talks about the royal family as tyrants and incestuous,
Yeah.
evil people. And we postulated too that that might have something to do with the fact that like the Targaryens are still in power.
Hmm.
First rebellion hasn't happened yet, but they don't have dragons anymore. And people might feel a little
Hmm.
looser with the tongue because they're like, well, the thing that made you gods isn't around anymore. You're like us now.
Yeah. Okay. I thought it was interesting because I've throughout most of like the House of Dragon, I love to hear what the small folk have to say, and throughout all of Game of Thrones and House of Dragon, I'm like, I mean, the Targaryens are nuts, and so it was interesting to see somebody really pop off about it. Like,
He
you love
did.
them, hate them, but I just thought it was interesting to hear the small folks' point of view on that for the first time.
He just, yeah, and just them being, technically invade like Aegon's conquest. It's not
Yeah.
called like Aegon's sweet deal to make your life better. No, it was a conquest. He conquered seven individual kingdoms, turned it into one.
Mhm.
So that's, I guess, technically how they would view them as invaders almost.
Mhm.
And the one tool that they had that made their invasion super easy, at least in this point in the history of Westeros, until my queen behind me right here, Daenerys, comes back, doesn't exist anymore. So there's no dragons. So there's really no reason for people, I think, to be as afraid. Egg watches Tansel's show, and then his the prince Aerion Targaryen shows up,
Mhm.
and he literally walks in right as Tansel does a part where she slays the dragon, right? Which is a common theme in any show. I think if 60 to 70% of the Targaryens that are at this tournament saw that, they would laugh and applaud,
Mhm.
but not this one. He's
Mhm.
pissed.
She should have probably figured out that I mean, she knew he was there. Maybe it was the wrong day to do that scene.
100% agree. Me and Kins were actually talking about this before when we were in our pre-production meeting. We're like, you think she should have probably know the crowd,
Yeah.
read the
Read the room.
room. Yeah,
They were out there soliciting, like, come one, come all to this show. I don't know.
yeah. There's a bunch of Targaryens there, and they're like,
There's a
come to the show. We're
whole,
gonna kill a bunch of dragons.
yeah, there was a whole thing with your guy that probably wouldn't take that well.
Yeah, the dude who just killed a horse earlier for fun is gonna be there. Probably don't do that.
Unhinged. Maybe don't provoke him, but all
Yeah,
right.
don't poke the bear. He Egg runs and gets Dunk. He's like, he's hurting her, and Egg's like, who? And then Dunk runs in. He like breaks Tansel's finger. Arion does, not Dunk. He like fully breaks it. It's like a loud snap. She screams, and Dunk just goes into a fit of rage. He's strong. He
Mhm.
beats the shit out of Arion and throws him, and then the Kingsguard like jumps on him.
Yeah. And there was like five people holding him back. Like, I can't wait to see this guy fight. That's what my only complaint is at this point. We're three episodes in. Like, let's see this guy be a badass now. So we're getting there. It's a good tension, but
100% felt the same way, especially when, like you said, the five guys, and he's like kind of dragging him a little bit. He's like super strong. And Arion pops up and he's like, you loosened one of my teeth, so now we're gonna knock out yours. So they're about to put him down to like knock out all of his teeth,
like
which,
curb stomp him. Like,
yeah, literally. And then Egg shows up, the Squire, and he's like, you're not gonna do that. And they're like, oh yeah, who are you? And he's like, my name is Aegon Targaryen. And
"Hmm,
then Aerion is like, oh, he's like, where have you been? It's his little brother. That's his older brother. And he said, doesn't matter where I've been. I'm here now. He's like, what did you do to your hair? And he's like, I shaved it. I don't wish to look like you.
and even before that, you missed Dunk trying to be like, dude, shut up. They're going to kill you. Like,
That's right.
still in that moment trying to protect him. And I thought that was really cute.
And then the best is the ending. It cuts between Egg and Dunk like five times. And Dunk is literally like, what?
He's
Because
so
also,
naive.
yes. Like Dunk, I think it's two parts. One, probably anger that he lied to him. And two, probably fear a little bit because all this time he's been threatening a clout in the ear. He's like, I just hit one of the potential heirs to the throne if, succession went that way. And I've been threatening my squire, who is another heir to the throne potentially if succession goes that way.
His head is spinning in that moment. He's like, I don't know what's worse.
I know. He looks terrified, but that's been my favorite episode so far. Did you watch the look ahead into next week?
I didn't.
I will say it looks pretty good, gang. So well, that's next week. We are here on A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, season 1, episode 3, The Squire. Let's start. Kinsey, what did you rate this? Scale of 1 to 10.
I mean, I'm notoriously bad at giving ratings. If I like something, it's going to be a really high rating. So, like, I think I would give this like a 9.2.
Wow, that's a good rating. That's a good rating.
Yeah.
There's no rules. Rate it whatever you like. 9.2 works.
I
Um,
never give anything lower than a 5. So, if I
me,
like it,
me neither. I don't know if we've ever had a rating lower than that on this podcast. Mine is a 9. I'm not far
okay,
off. I gave it a 9.
good. All right. So,
My
I feel like you can't give round numbers, though. Is that not a rule? You just said there's no rules. Okay, never mind.
There are no rules. No, you can't do fractions. You can do decimals though. You
Okay.
said 9.2, so that worked. If you said like 9 and 1/5, I'd be like, can't do it.
9 and 1/16.
Yeah, like it's no, we can't do that. We can't have denominators.
Mhm.
Um, Next segment, best line, Yas Queen. I'll go first. I'll do my best line of my Yas Queen. My best line was when Egg is talking to the horse, and he says, "Sir Duncan only has us, and if he loses, he won't even have that."
Aw.
Yeah. And my Yas Queen was
Odds.
Egg. Pause for dramatic effect. Everyone at home. My Yas Queen was Egg and Dunk talking, and Egg goes, "Is it odd that I have black hair growing out of my stones?" And Dunk goes, "It's odd that you're telling me."
A good one. I liked that moment. He's like,
Yeah,
so for my best line, I liked when the fortune teller looked at Egg and said, "You will be king."
yeah,
I thought that was cool.
that was awesome.
I feel like there's a lot of people in the line of succession ahead of him, so I don't know how
Bunch.
that will happen, but it feels like some fun foreshadowing there.
Good to think about. I don't know how it'll happen either. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. Doesn't matter.
And then I guess I think my Yas Queen was when Egg was cheering on like kill him, can't cheering on the death of his brother, who I think is a prick. Um, that's he dunks my ass queen.
100%.
Not dunk, egg. Egg said it. Sorry.
Like I said, that was a good one. That was a good one. Hottest moment, Kins, you go first. What was your hottest moment of the episode? I'm fearful we might have the same one.
Um,
Mine is the egg reveal.
okay.
I mean, how could it not be?
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. I kind of forgot about that segment, so I'm gonna go with I agree with you.
That's perfect. Honestly, my favorite things on this podcast are when people agree with my takes.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
that's
there
honestly strong segment,
you
Kins. That's a 10 out of 10 segment right there by you.
go.
Hottest moment, agreeing with Sheedy. Egg revealing that he's Aegon.
I mean, that was good. I like it was at this point it was becoming so obvious to me. I was like, they got to do a reveal here soon because like
100%.
who isn't getting it at this point? But yeah, I was glad they revealed it and I liked how they did it.
Also, just to go back to House of the Dragon, these fucking Targaryens and these Aegons, dude. First, so there's Aegon the Conqueror. He's the
Yeah.
OG. So it's sort of like the name. It's sort of
Mhm.
like they're really pandering when they name one of their kids Aegon. But then you
Yeah.
got Aegon in House of the Dragon. You got this Aegon. I'm pretty sure there was an Aegon in between. I'm pretty sure there's a couple. Oh yeah, one of Rhaenyra's kids is named Aegon.
Oh man,
Um,
freaking neurons.
Rhaegar had a child named Aegon with the Martell lady who Tywin had killed. But before they were killed, Rhaegar cheated on her with Lyanna Stark, and they had Jon Snow, who he named Aegon.
Hey,
He had two sons that he named Aegon with two different
that
ladies.
good of a name. Like,
He's like, these guys in Aegon.
well, that's
Uh,
what like for me the moment I realized who Egg was when they were talking about the missing sons and they said one of them was named Aegon. I was like, oh, Egg.
yeah, they really laid it on thick then. They're
I
like,
would
you guys
love
get it?
I would love to know. We should do a poll on Instagram or something. Like, when did people figure it out?
That's a great idea. We will do that. Poll on Instagram.
I want to
Also,
know
I'm
if
gonna
I was early figuring it out or if everybody knew going in. I mean,
yeah,
obviously, some people read the books, but
great idea. I'm gonna take credit for that idea. I'm gonna edit this part out, and then I'm gonna take credit for the idea.
that, yeah.
Um, oh, Westeros History Minute. Chris is not here, guys, but you voted this week's Westeros History Minute his top three favorite sigils. I talked to Chris. He said, do your top three favorite sigils, meaning me, and he's going to mock them next week, probably. Well, we'll hear what his top three are, but we will also do a poll Wednesday, as we always do, to find out what the other sigils are. But my top three, and this isn't me endorsing these houses. This is me just saying they have good sigils. Three, House Bolton, the flayed man banner of House Bolton. If you're trying to, back when they were warring with the Starks, pre-Aegon the Conqueror, when they were called the Red Kings in the North, they would war with the Starks often. I feel like you see that banner coming at you with the flayed man on it. You're like, these guys mean business, right? It's that dark, sort of a dark blue and red field, the flayed man. Very, very good banner,
It is terrifying. Like
right?
you get flayed. I guess okay. I'm tracking.
Ramsey, you know. The second, just because of what it symbolizes, it's right here behind me, the Golden Lion of Lannister. I the Lannisters definitely become the de facto bad guys in Game of Thrones, but any scene with Tywin for me is captivating. And I just think about that level of power that he had and how he yielded it and how he genuinely played the Game of Thrones like no other. Um, and to me, the sigil represents that. Obviously, the colors of the sigil are beautiful, gold and red, but
Very Gryffindor.
very Gryffindor of them. And then my number one favorite, the three-headed dragon of House Targaryen, but not the red dragon, the three-headed green dragon
Ah,
used by Aegon and Otto, Kristen
uh,
Cole, the three-headed green dragon, because the red is too cliche. We get it. Everyone uses red. Very few people use green. And that's why I love the High Towers, and that's why I love how they put their little spin on the House Targaryen sigil.
Sheedy,
Three-headed
what
green
color
dragon.
is fire?
I'm
What,
sorry?
what color is fire?
Re
Red.
red. If it's really hot, it could be blue sometimes. Like when
Yeah,
you turn
not
on the
green.
yeah, it's rarely green. That's true. Wildfire is green, but I guess that's like chemical reaction.
Dragon.
Um, you blew it. Next segment. Do you want to go first, Kins, or should I with the you blew it?
Wait, speaking of sigils, I just gotta say, like, I really would love a sigil. I want one for house me. I
You
don't know what
should.
house I am. And I just like, I wish, I don't know, I wish we all had sigils. Can we bring back sigils?
This is kind of like the podcast's unofficial sigil. Well, I guess it would be the official sigil. It's on the hat too. You're right. We should like just like your family has like a sigil, and you're like, ah, yes, you're flying your
Get rid of
sigil.
those. We need to bring them back.
That's a great idea. I
Just a
love that idea.
sigil.
What
Well,
would yours be?
I don't know. Like the only thing I can think of is when we were in grade school and we used to draw the S, with the like lines, and then
Yeah. The
you'd like.
the S, yes, that would be your sigil is the S.
That's the only thing I can think of at the moment. I'll come up with something better.
I love that. I love that. It's just that. It's just that. No like colors, nothing. Just that. You're like, ah, Kinsey's here.
Yeah, I feel like we need more symbols and stuff that mean things these days,
I agree. I like that idea. We will. That's another great idea for a future episode. We'll do the night one, and then we all design our own sigils. I don't know if we've ever done that before. Next segment, you blew it. Who blew it for you this episode?
Okay, for me, I love the girl, Tansel the Tall, but I feel like it was kind of a crazy move to just kill a dragon in the midst of all these Targaryens. I was the second I saw it, I was like, "Ooh, we sure that's a good idea?" And then yeah, when we panned to the crowd and it got hush, I was like, "Ooh, this is not going to end well for you, girl." So that's my you blew it.
Broke her finger. So Tanzel,
You blew it.
you blew it.
You blew it.
And also, this week's You Blew It is, and I hate to say this, but it happens sometimes, folks. We record right after the show. It's late at night. I'm an old man, all right? So I edit it quick, and I did not realize in the first two that the You Blew It was not, it like, I played it on the phone. I can hear it, but it apparently is not getting picked up by Zoom all of a sudden, which we've never had this issue before, and all of a sudden no one's hearing it. And I'm getting ripped apart because no one's hearing the guy go, "Pfft, you blew it," which is the whole point of the segment.
Yeah.
So I blew it. Sorry, I didn't record the episode, a 40-minute episode, and then listen to it after. I just kind of, I edited it a little bit. Clean it up here, clean it up there. Sheedy,
You blew it.
you blew it.
You blew it.
We love you, buddy, but you blew it. The final segment of the episode, trial by combat.
Okay.
Kenzie,
What
I
you
got a
got?
great one this week. So I've been trying to do my New Year's resolution in 2026 was to work out more. And I've
Mm.
been doing, I haven't missed a day. I'm waking up at 5 a.m. I'm working out. No one wants to hear me talk about working out. This sucks. But I thought about like the old 1990s, like Cindy Crawford, right? Or like those workout tapes. And I thought, what if they did that, but with like Game of Thrones characters and like so I call it Westeros workouts, right? Where it's like Dunk. We saw it this episode. He's super strong. How does he get that broad chest? What is he doing? Is he doing dumbbells? Is he doing barbells? Um, Tywin, maybe not so much physical, but like a mental workout. Arya, I'm sure she does a lot of cardio because she's like,
Yeah.
Daenerys probably does squats. So stuff like that. That's sort of where I'm at. Westeros workouts. Westeros characters like Dunk being like, and one, and two, and one.
I like it. I feel like he did a little bit of a workout in the beginning of this episode where he was just running around with his little lances.
Oh
Or
yeah, egg. Yeah, egg could be a part of it where he's doing like that's oh
fire workout.
he is very yes, Squire workout. That's a great idea.
Yeah, I
Squire
like it.
squats.
Fire squats. Okay, I like it. I'll take it. I like the ones where you're tying it back into the Westeros world because like last week we just were like Sir Sims or what was
Yeah. Oh, it was Chris. What was last week's? It was Chris. It was Chris playing football. He
it?
was forced back. Yeah, I'm trying to do more tying it to Westeros, or vice versa, bringing Westeros to the real world. Them doing workouts like Cersei, like doing bicep workouts like curls, but it's with a wine glass. You know what I mean?
Oh, I like. Yeah,
Yeah, right. But so to wrap this up, thoughts that was the best episode so far, bar
for
none.
sure. I would
We get.
agree.
I want to read this from our fellow host, Chris Sims. He said this after I texted him. Liddy. A lot of Y's. Liddy.
I almost did a spit take there.
This is a perfect way to end the episode. It's Liddy. It was. I thought it was great. Kins, what's your sort of final wrap up thought on it?
No, I thought it was great. Just a good old piece of TV, some good character development, very entertaining, some moments of flash and bang, but mostly just some like feel good character development with a big reveal. What else can you
100%.
ask from a
It was,
short episode?
it was super cute.
Yeah,
It was super cute.
cute.
I
10 out of
agree.
10 on the cute scale.
100%. 10 out of 10 on the cute scale, but also some action, some crazy Targaryens, things you love about Westeros, but different, which I like. Kins, on behalf of the pod and of the listeners, thank you for being here. Seriously.
You're welcome. I mean, just logging on to talk about a show. No
I know.
problem.
Easy cheese, right? Not too bad. Uh,
Easy cheese. Yeah, my check's in the mail.
your track is, yeah. Oh, we'll take that offline actually. So we have to do a yearly review thing and certain KPIs that have to be hit to get, we'll talk about it. But thank you again. Thank you guys for listening. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe. Check out our TikTok, Kinsey. Just putting some good stuff out there.
Yes, I do my best.
Appreciate that. You do great. And I'll just end with this. Hey, Daenerys, hit me up. We could do a Westeros workout together.
Whips, check out the handle, switch, shooters on swoosh, hitters don't miss. Aria just added a ton of y'all to my list. Bitch, death wish, not to be messed with, tested quiz.